Hello, hello, and welcome to Fine, I'll Talk About It, the podcast where we say the quiet parts out loud. Real talk, straight to the point, no fake positivity. I'm your host, Danielle Young, and today I'm joined by Jackie Ortez. Jackie is a spiritual soul who is here to guide people to discover the passion for life they may have lost. And on today's episode, we are talking about alternative therapies and why it matters today. Jackie, welcome to Fine, I'll Talk About It.
Hi, so happy to be here. How are you?
Hey, I am good. I am happy you are here as well. Why don't we just start off with you telling us a little bit about you and what you do?
Yeah, so I am in easy terms, I am a psychic medium Reiki master, which if you've ever done Reiki or you're involved in the Reiki community, you know damn well you're not just doing Reiki. You do so much as time goes on. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. I love it. I've had hundreds of clients for readings and for Reiki, and it's just such a special part that I get to share with this world and helping people and guiding through them. So I am located in Maine, southern coast of Maine. But yeah,
Nice.
that's a little bit about me.
Yeah. Have you ever combined Reiki and tarot? Reiki and readings?
Yeah. So I do have combined sessions that it's interesting because I don't always advertise it as a combined session. I advertise it as like a longer Reiki session because naturally during Reiki, you get messages from spirit anyway. But with having the separate reading part, people feel more inclined to ask questions that they
Mm,
have. And I always say for future advice for anybody that's ever looking for a reading or something like that, readings are good for confirmation. So if you have like a question and you have one kind of answer that you want and you think you know what you want, but you want to confirm that, that's what readings are really good for. They're not for like the reader to tell you what to do and what direction to go into. It's all about just guidance, but listening to your own intuition because, you know, some people want all the answers and that's not what we have.
yeah.
No, that's not what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like people think of psychic medium and they think, oh, tell me my future.
Yes,
Yeah.
and listen, I have done that. I have
Yeah.
told people what's going to be happening and happen, but readings are like possibilities.
Mm,
They're like, let me tell you what spirit can see you doing in your life, what the possibility in the realm of your energy is. But we have free will
right.
as people, so we don't have to do shit than anybody than anything that comes through in a reading. It's ultimately up to us.
Yeah. Very true. I find a lot of people don't trust themselves, though. They don't, I know for myself, I see psychics and tarot readers because I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this way and I don't know what this means and I just want clarity on it. And then when I'm done, I'm like, damn it, I knew that. Like, why did I just pay
Why did I
$90 for
spend the money?
right? Why did I spend $90 for them to tell me that? Like, I knew that already. I just didn't trust myself.
Well, we weren't brought up to trust our intuition. We were brought up to either buy something, consume something to make our decisions. Like, you know what I mean? It's all about, unfortunately, it's about consumerism to a point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we weren't taught to trust our intuition. We were taught to trust, like, society and everything happening around us. So I go to readers too.
Oh,
I don't trust myself with my readings. I'm biased. I want a certain answer.
that's
Why
so
would
funny.
I? You know what I mean? I'm not the only
Yeah.
one either. I usually when I do the readings, I don't use anything. So I just like talk to spirit and use my intuition. But lately I've been trying to learn how to read tarot. So I trust when I pick tarot, but I do reshuffle sometimes because I
Mm,
don't like the answer that comes. But it's the best when the same card just like flies out of the deck and I'm like, I get your point. I get you. It's the world. Okay, you gave me the world 3 times. I get it.
yeah, and I have no idea what the world card means. I picked up tarot a little while ago. I mean, I love getting tarot readings, and I love those videos on Instagram, the tarot reading videos.
So many people, I don't have the
Love
attention span.
those. I
So many
will.
people I know love those. I need to do I need to post more of those. I used to post on, like, Instagram intuition tests where I would be holding something in my hand and then give them a
Oh,
few seconds, and then also pick a card. So it'd be like 3 cards, and then here's your message. But no, I've heard so many people that are into those tarot videos. I should really give them another shot.
yeah, I'll be up late at night just scrolling like through tarot videos and they don't even have to apply to me and I'm still just like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I feel like everybody has their own interpretation of what the cards mean.
Mhm.
So it's interesting to see like, "Oh, well this person uses this deck and then this person uses this deck and like this means one thing and this means the other." And, trying to put all that together, it's interesting to me how it's all left up to interpretation and
100%.
who's reading, but
Well, it's
I'm addicted.
no, and I can see that, and I think it's that there's 2 types of tarot readers. There's the first type of tarot reader who just learns specifically what the cards mean. And
Mhm.
then they do the spread and they read it very literally. They read it by that. And
Yeah.
there's the second type of tarot reader who uses their intuition and their mediumship as a means to tell the story of the cards. So the cards don't always have the same meaning. Like years ago, I learned to read tarot intuitively, and I can do that, and I don't know if the cards mean they mean something different, honestly, every time I look at them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that could be why, but if when you just out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
when you look up these tarot readings, do you do it by, like, readings for your astrological sign, just readings for that day, readings for something that, like, pertains to you, or is it just, like, whatever's on your feed?
Yeah, it's a combination of both actually, because I'm finding now that my feed is full of like Scorpio posts because I'm a Scorpio. So I'll see now like Scorpio, here's your tarot reading for the week of, whatever. And then some are just random readings that, are very short. And then others it'll be somebody that I recognize and I'll just pick it from the FYP page and
Mhm.
but I think I've trained my algorithm to show me things more specifically for Scorpio.
Probably my feed is full of Leo and Scorpio rising. So, yeah, definitely have trained it. Do you know what your rising and your moon sign are?
Rising is Capricorn and moon sign is Scorpio.
So you're like a
I
double
am
Scorpio.
I am a true Scorpio. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
so
more
that
Scorpio in
Capricorn
my
must be
chart than
kind of
anything else.
fighting it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I'm always at war with myself. It's weird.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm a Leo sun, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon.
Okay.
So that's why I understand because it's like
Yeah.
my Scorpio and my Leo want to be like this big force and this big power and really spiritual. And my Capricorn is like, you need to make money.
Yeah.
You need to stay grounded. Stop
Yep.
daydreaming. Don't ever tell anybody you love them.
Yeah.
Like that's what my that's what my Capricorn moon is.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I get that. Mine, because as a Scorpio, I'm like very bold and, kind of outspoken sometimes, but my Capricorn takes over and I'm like, I'm not leaving the house for a week. And I'm just very introverted in a way. Like I am very, very introverted, but the Scorpio
Hmm.
takes over and I'm like, but my grandpa was a Capricorn. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see a lot of his traits and the things that I do.
Hmm.
And that tames the Scorpio for sure.
Yeah, I always say I'm at war with myself as well.
Hmm.
I was like, they're so different.
Yeah.
All the signs that I have are so different from each other, but it is what it is. But no, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to check out some tarot readings. But the thing is that I forget everything. Do you remember
Yeah.
what any of them say?
Kind of. I think if they hit home for me, if I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense," which I know I'm just like self-soothing in that way, but like, "Oh, that makes sense." But and the ones that get me are, "Oh, you'll see this sign if this is for you." And I never remember the sign. Those ones where they're like they give you like this whole list of signs
A
and I'm
blue
like,
butterfly,
yeah. Or you'll see a
a cloud in the
pencil or
sky,
yeah. It's
a
like,
pencil.
okay. I'm like, okay, how do
How did you know? A
yeah,
pencil.
I have a whole bunch of
My
pencils on
god.
my desk.
My
What does
god,
this
it's a
mean?
sign.
Yeah, it's a sign I need to clean up
It's
my crap.
true. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like readings are so personal though, honestly, that it's really hard to have a general reading for people like intuitively tarot or also even astrologically because there's so many different placements that all of us have and we're all so different.
Mhm.
But I will say there is definitely something with people that match, like your sun, moon, rising, signs like that. Because my one of my good friends, we were doing like all of their kids' birth charts, and I looked up her daughters, and 5 of her major signs are the same as mine. And I was like, hold on, did I just put mine in here? Because she's the same Leo sun,
Wow.
Capricorn moon, Scorpio rising, a Cancer, Mars, and then there's one other that she was. And I was like, "What?" And my friend texts me, and her daughter is so similar to how I was growing up. Like, it's
Wow.
really interesting how that happens, and I've never met anyone that has anything close to my chart since
Hmm.
or before.
Wow. Huh, that is really interesting. I wonder if there's a term for that. Like,
I
I don't
don't know.
know. Like, you know how they have like twin flame and all that stuff? I wonder if there's somebody in the astrological
Well,
realm that this is a like has a title for this or something to
I
call it.
have on my podcast when I do it, which is The Healing Bitch, by the way, and I totally forgot to say that in the beginning.
That's
Um, I have my cousin Ray come on, who's been an astrologer for like, I don't know, 25 years or something like that. And I've asked him before, and he said just sometimes there are similar charts like that. So I guess it happens.
but it's weird that like you know this person, like they came into your life, you know?
Oh, it's
Like
definitely
that's
like faded for some reason. She's a
yeah.
sorority sister. I've known her for what is it? I'm 18. I'm not 18. Oh my God. I met her. Yes, I'm 18. I met her when I was 18 and I'm 44 now, so 26
Yeah.
years I've known her for. And we just discovered it last year. And her daughter's like, I think her daughter just turned, I'm so horrible. I think her daughter just turned 10
Okay.
or 11.
Huh.
But yeah, it's,
Yeah,
we don't have the same
definitely.
birthday either. It's a few days apart from each other.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a
It's
coincidence, it seems like.
no, absolutely not. It's just, it's so funny how the world works,
Mhm.
with signs and like you were saying, the sign of, the pencil.
Yeah.
But with signs and like coincidences and, stuff like that, it's just really the synchronicities are off the chart right now too. In
Yeah.
just the world. And by the time this comes out, because, it's gonna be a bit, I am so excited to see how much the synchronicities have even ramped up and what the world is even going to look like. It's gonna be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I've heard that 26 is supposed to be a lot different than 25, which God willing, I'm hoping. I'm hoping in a good way that 26 is a
Yes.
lot better than 25 because this year was terrible. This year
It
sucked.
was shit.
This year was absolute it was just a shit show for I think everybody. I have not talked to one person that is leaving this year unscathed. Like it's been everybody is just like, what the hell was this year about? I mean, from January till now, I mean, we're in December right now of 25 recording this. So I'm like, I can't wait for this year to be over with because it's just been so shitty. Like I'm praying that next year is better, but I've heard it's supposed to be.
It will.
Okay, good.
It absolutely will. Like, so I thought my big, like, adventure this year was moving to Maine in April from New Jersey, right? And I was like, everything's gonna be great. Since then, I don't know what the hell happened in the summer, but something happened. around
Yeah.
August that just like beat me down into the ground to the fact that like I had shingles for
Uh,
5 weeks. Yeah. From like the end of September until the beginning of November, I had shingles. And then I talked to you last week, I had freaking COVID.
yeah.
So, what is happening towards this
Yep.
end of the year? Is it like forcing me to rest more? Like, this is where kind of the spiritual bypassing comes in to a point where
Yeah.
it's like clearly you have to attack it at every angle, where you have to think about, like, okay, what vitamin deficiency do I have right now? Because it's physical as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure I got the COVID because I had the shingles first. God.
My
And then you
God.
have to think about, like, do you have to rest? And then, like, on the spiritual side, like, what is the medicine in my shadow that I'm learning from all of this? And I definitely 100% learned that I never want shingles again.
Yeah.
But I also learned that I was being very hard on myself in the summer. And I really think I broke my body down with
Yeah.
stress because of
Yeah.
my mind. So the end of the year is coming with a lot of realizations. For me personally, I know so many people that have ended relationships, moved to different places, like, and these are like major relationships where they thought they were going to marry the people and they were
Wow.
living with them. So much has happened, but and I'm sure you've heard this is year 9 and the year of the snake. So the snake is all about shedding what we no longer need, no longer holding on to what bad, bad habits that we had before and things from the past that we've been dealing with for years that like our brain just loves to play over and over and over again as a record. And we've been forced, I feel, especially between August and now and the end of the year, to deal with that shit. We've had to deal with it. And we can't just sweep it under the rug anymore. And if we don't deal with it, we get sick. Our body starts to break down.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of like all the people that I've seen in my life because they all have dealt with what they needed to deal with. And 2026 has a lot of interesting undertones. So it's the year 1, which is the year of a new, which is the year of a new. It's also the year of the horse, which is like, 2025 shut us, broke us down, brought us to our core, to our closer to the true essence of ourself. For 2025 did that. I think I said 2026. For 2026 to come in and be the year of the horse that we just run with what we
Okay.
want. We run, we discover, we allow ourselves to truly live. So I know that's part of like the New Year stuff that's happening, but also the astrology. And I am not an astrologer, but I have been studying this for years because shit's about to go down.
Okay.
The astrology of the United States
Mm.
alone has been so on point for the past 3 years of just destruction and destruction, and it's because us as humans, we've destroyed stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
2026 is the 250th anniversary of the United States. Yeah. And if you historically look at it, 250 years is usually the fall of an empire. So I believe, and I've had this feeling for a long time, I've talked to other people about it. 2026 is going to be the collapse of the government
Mm.
in
Okay.
order for the United States to start rebuilding. So let's see on April 20th how far, if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Maybe it hasn't happened yet by the time this says, but that's what I truly believe. I have other predictions that I keep to myself that I write in a notebook
Okay.
that I think are going to happen. But yeah.
Yeah. I think something needs to happen. So many people are suffering right now. I feel like everyone has something going on right now. I don't care who you are or how much money you have, or, somebody has something going on somewhere in their life. And
Hmm.
this year feels so destructive. I feel like everyone has been broken down this year.
Hmm.
And for next year, for us to rebuild, that sounds freaking fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic, but it's also going to
I
be
hope so.
really rough.
Yeah, well, no
But it's
doubt.
going to be fantastic. But after we got through
Yeah,
this year, I don't think I think this was the worst year out of the last 5.
easily.
And a lot
Yeah,
happened in the last 5 that we probably haven't even dealt with
yeah,
personally and thought
I
of.
know, I know.
It's
2020
a
is looking
lot.
good right now. Like,
2020 year,
I
imagine.
mean, 2020, my husband almost died, and I
My
mean,
god.
from COVID, and it was such a horrible year, but that compared to 25, I would much rather go back to 2020. Like, I know, and this is me personally, I know a lot of people lost loved ones and, when in 2020, 2021, and, I'm definitely not trivializing that, but it was a horrible, horrible year, but I feel like this year has broken more people than that did.
But it needed to, that's the problem. It
Yeah,
needed to it I hate saying stuff like that because I know it's such a blanket statement and I might sound insensitive to people's situations, and I understand that, and I have so much compassion, so I'm not just saying it, but in order to start anew and in order to really receive what our souls need sometimes and live the life that we are supposed to, we need stuff to be taken out of our life, and unfortunately, that does cause destruction
yeah,
sometimes, and it causes a lot of stuff that feels very unnecessary, and some of the stuff is totally unnecessary, like, you know? But it unfortunately is just the path, and just so you know, this isn't like a light thing, but my dad is actually one of the people that was lost in 2020, and I don't feel like you're trivializing it at all by saying that you would go back, so from someone that it personally did happen to.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about your dad.
No,
It's
it's
terrible.
just
I mean, we lost so many people that year, and it was just so
yeah.
unnecessary. It was just what a horrible
Yeah,
year.
and it absolutely was unnecessary. A lot of it was preventable, but yeah, 2026 will be good. I feel like by the summer, it's gonna be a whole new world for us. So,
Alright, well, I'll have to have you
we'll
back on.
see. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to have you
no,
back on next summer. We'll see. We'll
I
see
would
what
love
comes
to
true.
do that. Like,
Yeah,
you could play the clip and be like, "You said it was gonna be good and the destruction and all of this, and now we're
yeah.
living in caves on a fucking mountainside." And I'm gonna be like, "Look, you had free will. You could have picked any p."
Yep.
I'll just
Yeah,
spin it on you guys. I'll be like, I said what spirit told me, and we all had free will, and we used it incorrectly."
it would be like me to go hide in a cave, though.
Me too, actually. Yeah, maybe this will just be my prediction pod.
Yeah, maybe.
But listen, I've been pretty right the past few years. Like, everyone in January and February of 2025, they were like, "Oh my god, this is horrible." I was like, "Wait till the summer. Just wait." I'm like, "It's coming. Everything is coming." And they're
Yeah,
like, "What do you mean it's not here?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry.
yeah.
No." So, who knows? Hopefully I'm right this time too, and by next summer it'll be a whole new world. In what way? I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping in the way that people can get back on their feet and afford housing and afford groceries and afford gas and afford life's necessities.
Mhm.
I mean, everything in our life has doubled, tripled. I mean, the only thing that stayed the same has been my car payment. Everything else has just gone up. Mortgage went up because homeowners insurance and property taxes all went
Mhm.
up, and groceries, I don't, let's not even talk about groceries.
Well, it's
Family of
did you
4.
see that article that they did the comparison of, the grocery haul that Kevin McAllister did in Home Alone and how much it cost then and how much it would cost now? I think I'm gonna look it up real quick, but I think they said Home Alone grocery comparison. I think it was, like, in 1992. Okay, here we go. Kevin McAllister's less than $20 whole in 1990, which was milk, OJ, bread, mac and cheese, TV dinner, detergent, wrap, TP, and army men, now costs but this is only from 2023, 2024, costs between $70 and $75. And that's not this year. I think this year it was like 90 something. They did
Yeah,
it. I saw a video where they went to Walmart and then they went to a supermarket and it was all like 90 something dollars for
I
that, which
believe
is,
it.
I believe it too. It totally makes it's crazy how a small run to the store, I'm like, "Oh, this is like $18." It's not, it's like 35.
Yeah. I know. I went to the store the other day for a can of soup and some spinach, and $93 later, I walked out with a couple of bags of groceries, and I'm like, what the hell did I buy?
Yeah.
And I was looking at the receipt. I'm like, did she double charge me for something? No, it was just,
No.
I'm like, oh my God.
And it's crazy because, like, when I look at the prices, I don't feel like I will give this caveat though. I am gluten-free. So
Okay.
everything I've bought for years has been more like up to 4 times the price of a normal thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think the price of gluten-free stuff has actually changed very much because I haven't noticed it, and I don't buy a lot of prepackaged stuff, but when I do, I haven't noticed the prices going up that much, but I think it might be because of my situation, honestly.
Mm,
But fruits and vegetables and everything, they're not the same, and I have the luxury of being able to buy organic everything. So, again, my prices have always been really, really, really high, but still, I have seen the inflation as well.
yeah. I know we used to do our entire week's grocery shopping at Whole Foods, and now I don't even go into Whole Foods.
No, you
I'm
can't.
like, nope. I mean, I don't even know when the last time I went in there was. It was a long time ago. And I walked out with just a few things and it was a couple $100.
Mhm.
Like, and it was
Yeah,
gone. And the thing is, it's like it's gone in a couple of days, you
it's
know?
I know. I'm like, I take it home, and then the next day I'm like, "What am I gonna eat for lunch?" Like, I don't
Right.
even know what I bought most of the time.
Yeah. It is insane what things cost now.
I know, I know. It always has to get worse, unfortunately, everything does, before it gets better, and right now, also, what's happening in this earth is that the evil is presenting itself to us, like, it always has been in front of us, but we're now really realizing it, and another little thing about astrology, past 3 years of astrology of the United States also was the falling of the false idols. So if you
Mm,
think about it, think about all the celebrities, think about all the big people that have been exposed in the last 3 years. It's a lot of people and it's major, major stuff. And I feel like the first big time that it happened was Ellen. Remember when
mm.
there was that whole stuff about Ellen being really mean to
Yeah.
her staff and snarky to guests and stuff like that? I feel like that was the beginning of that whole cycle, and now we have a Diddy documentary on Netflix.
Have you seen it?
Yes, have you?
Yes. Binged it one night. I could not stop
Oh, I couldn't
watching it.
binge it. I had to take 3 days to do it. It was too intense.
Really? No, I watched it with my
Yeah.
daughter, and we were both like, "What
He totally
happened?"
killed Biggie and Tupac, and then he was
Totally.
dancing
And the
afterwards.
stuff that I mean, I for people who have not seen this yet, who are
Yeah, sorry,
listening to
guy well, I mean, it's
yeah.
April. If you haven't,
Yeah, if you haven't
get a
seen it
grip.
yet, then yeah, like, just add it to your queue, it's totally worth watching, but I did not know that him and 50 Cent had such a huge beef with each other, and when I
Yeah.
saw this documentary, I'm like, "I am not living up to my full hater potential here."
You are not
I'm like
petty enough in this lifetime.
I'm not. I'm like, wow. Because it was so interesting. It was so triggering for me because I am a survivor of domestic violence. So
Right.
him with Cassie and I was like, okay, I gotta pause. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like,
Mhm.
we'll pick this up in a minute. But a lot of it was triggering for me. But some of the stuff that came out in that documentary, holy hell. When he made Biggie's family pay for his funeral, like, oh yeah, I'm going to pay for Biggie's funeral, but you're going to pay me back. Like, you're going to end up paying for it. I was floored.
I remember in 1997 for the MTV Video Music Awards, I remember that performance,
Hmm.
like, live, right? And I always hated that song with a fiery passion. I was like, "This is the dumbest song I've ever heard in my life," and he looks like an idiot. So now seeing, like, all of that, like, I don't know, I never thought he was a suspect for Biggie or Tupac, and now it just looks so obvious.
Yeah, I had heard that Biggie's, or was it Tupac's mom? No, I think it was Biggie's mom, has always come out and said, I think that Diddy did it. And now she's like really doubling down on it. And I thought, man, mother's intuition, she knew,
She
and
knew, and she
nobody
was
listened
so
to her.
right.
Yeah. I did not know how horrible of a person he is. All the stuff that he does with his sons. Like,
Disgust.
wow. Yeah, it's
So
awful.
disgusting.
It's
It's,
awful.
and it's interesting because it's like, who else were at these parties
Mm,
that haven't been mentioned, you know? Like, I wonder if that's gonna start coming out somehow. Like, I hope it
yeah.
does, but it's just and he's literally wearing an Illuminati necklace
Mm,
in the footage that he's talking to his lawyers. Like, that's bold, dude.
yeah.
And then the way he got that 50 Cent got that those videos because he didn't pay the videographers, and he fucking scooped it and took them.
Yep. Yeah. I saw this. I don't know if you know who Josh Johnson is, but he's a comedian. And I saw this little skit with him where he's like, man, 50 is, it was something like, that you are like hating when you want to edit. Like,
Yeah.
like he actually had to like sit down and edit this footage. That there's a lot of
Yeah,
hate there when you want to edit.
it's true because that's, like, the worst part of the process of all of this.
It is. And I want to know what didn't make it into the documentary.
I doubt he left out anything important.
Yeah.
He
I don't know.
put everything I mean, do you think there's gonna be a second part?
I don't know.
I hope so.
But the thing that pisses me off the most is he did all of that stuff and then only got 50 months time served.
Well, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was absolutely and it's not even in, like, a real security prison. It's in,
No.
like, a white collar prison.
Yeah. He's in the
It's
Club Med of prisons. I mean, and the jurors, when they talk to the jurors, I wanted to smack the jurors. I'm
that
like,
girl.
yeah,
She was
I was
guilty.
livid. Oh my God,
She
I
was
was
like,
so livid.
we can't look at him, but he was smiling at me," and I was like, "My god, you're a fan."
Huh?
And then the guy was blaming Cassie for not leaving,
Uh huh.
which
Total
I
victim
think
shaming.
was genius that they got those 2 jurors to be in the documentary. I think that's genius because it
Yeah.
just shows how skewed it was.
Yeah. Yep. It's another OJ situation.
Yeah, no, I remember watching that trial live too.
Me too.
I
Yep.
had my first big crush on somebody. It was not OJ. It was Kato Kaelin. I was in
I think
love.
I think everybody had a little thing for Kato.
I
Yeah.
think I was what year was that? 91?
90, 90.
94? So I was 13. I was 12 turning 13. And that's all my family would watch at the shore house during the summer. I remember seeing the white Bronco chase
Yep.
live. Like, those were the days that it was just like you would run into, like, the closest pizza parlor and see it on the TV, and everyone
Yeah.
stopped watching it, you know?
Well, yeah, I remember the day the verdict came in. I was in school, because I was 16,
Mhm.
15 or 16, and the verdict came in, and they actually turned on the TVs in the classrooms and let us watch the trial. when they said not guilty, half the class was cheering and the other half of the class was like with
They're
me and
like,
was like,
"What?"
no fucking way could he be found not guilty. Yeah. And then, that whole day, everybody was just talking about the OJ verdict and you couldn't escape it.
No, you
It
couldn't
was like, where
escape,
were
like
you when the space shuttle crashed? I mean, it was like, where were you when the OJ verdict came in?
yeah, oh my god, there were so many moments like that in the '90s
I miss the 90s.
that it just like, the JonBenet Ramsey case
Uh-huh.
was huge. There's,
Yeah.
so Monica Lewinsky, so many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Lots and lots of things happened in the 90s, but really nothing compared to what's going on now.
No, nothing, and I think what's happening now is because we have so much visibility and
Mhm.
more visibility than we've ever had before and in such a rapid succession. Like, you can look up something and you get all this coverage of it. Some coverage is bullshit, some coverage is right. Like, we're inundated with so much more information at such a more rapid pace, and it's like anyone can put content out there.
Mhm.
Someone can go on TikTok and tell you complete lies
Mhm.
about what happened, and people will comment and be like, "I knew it, blah, blah, blah." It's like the onion, and it's
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, people can just be the onion and troll other people,
Yeah.
and it's just there's so much confusion that comes with that.
Yeah. I know. And then there's so much like I posted a video on TikTok accidentally, and it was a women's empowerment post, and I got
Yeah.
so much hate on it from men.
Yeah.
32, 33 out of 34 comments that I read were just hate on me and how I looked and
Yep, I
like
was gonna say,
and I'm like, this is why we
'cause
have this
that's all they
problem.
have.
Yeah.
That's
I
all they
thought,
have to stand on.
what an empty it's this I don't know. Social media is just it's such an empty it's just a void. It's a void.
I wish I didn't have to do it
Me
for
too.
business.
Yeah, me too.
If I didn't, I would disappear off of it, or, my
Yeah.
accounts would all be like my nails, and it would be my nails, my cat.
Yeah.
What else do I like to post about? I like to post pictures of, like, I don't know, my Christmas tree. Like, it would be the most nonsensical as social media, but I don't have the energy to do, like, a personal account and a professional account, so I just,
Yeah.
like my TikTok's like a mishmash of stuff. But, yeah, if I could get off of social media and go back to a phone that does not have the internet, I'd be a really happy keep my GPS, though. You better
Yeah.
not take that because I don't know how to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, you can take my email. You can take my internet. You can take the 5,000 apps that you need an app to have every doctor's appointment and everything possible in the world has an app now.
I
Like, we
know.
have enough apps. We
Yeah.
don't need more apps.
Yeah.
Like,
It's ridiculous.
there's too much information out there. There's too much overload, too many people saying this is the right way to do something, this is the wrong way, because it's like you find one way and you like it, and then there's something else, and it's like, well, maybe that'll work better, even though what you're doing is working.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I know. I did a TikTok post today talking about what my feed looks like. And I was like, because I did do a self-imposed 30-day posting challenge. Today is day 6. So I was like, what can I talk about today? I was like, I'm going to talk about what's on my FYP. And I was like, my FYP is full of solid core equinox trauma, the Diddy documentary, a bunch of cats, specifically one that's called Baby Corn. If you don't know who that is,
Nope.
you need to look them up immediately. They
Okay.
have like dwarfism and they're a wobbly cat. And oh my God, the cutest thing, but he's so sassy. It's so cute. And then I follow this girl, Isabel, who's in Brooklyn that fosters dogs and takes you through the whole cycle. and of, like, when she picks them up, rehabilitating, and then she's on, like, her 4th dog this year already, and then she finds them homes. So, that's what my FYP looks like. It's pretty, like it's a lot of cats.
I have a
It's a lot of
feeling
it's a
if my husband had Instagram or TikTok, I have a feeling his FYP page would just be nothing but cats.
they're just so fascinating.
And we have 2 dogs. Yeah, I had a cat before, and
I do have 2 dogs.
he was like the my cat was like the best cat. His name was Romeo, and
Oh,
he was an orange and white tabby cat. Talk about sassy. Whoo!
I love it.
Yeah, he was. But my daughter's allergic, so we can't have any more. But so now we just have
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, that's okay. Dogs are good too.
Yeah.
My cat's name is Amy. She's a little black 11-year-old cat, and Sass is her first name, not
Mm.
her middle name. It's her first name. She
Yeah.
is I'm surprised she hasn't busted into my office because she doesn't like when she must be taking a nap when I have, like, the door mostly shut, like I
Mm.
do right now. But, yeah, that's what social media is for. It's for
Yeah.
pets, it's for things that make you happy, and yes, we have to be informed, of course. We shouldn't be ignorant in this life, we need to be informed about what's happening with our government, what's happening every single day, like, informed but not immersed, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's so hard to be informed but not overwhelmed and immersed in it. There's just
I understand.
so much out there that just, it's like coming at you and then you don't know what to believe and, it just becomes this overload of just, information just being thrown at you all the time. I had to
Yeah.
get off of social media for a little bit. It just became really bad for my mental health and
Mhm.
I feel like everybody should take a social media detox for a few days and just kind of understand life goes on without it. Like there is actual life outside of your phone and outside of a screen.
Absolutely.
Take advantage.
Now yeah, we need to definitely, touch some grass
Hmm.
more,
Go hug a tree, touch some
and
grass.
yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually hugged a tree, have you?
I have.
I need to try that because I read a lot of, like, fantasy novels,
Mm,
and they for some reason, the one that I'm reading now, I'm in, like, the 3rd book of a 6-book series. She's a gargoyle, and she just loves hugging trees, and
mm.
she talks about how great it is, and I was like, "I think I need to hug." I mean, I am not hugging any tree in this Maine weather
Yeah,
because
not
it
right
is
now.
cold.
No, don't
No,
do it
I
right
might have
now.
to wait I'll have to wait a few months. I'll be like that kid in, A Christmas Story that licks the pole.
Yeah.
But I'll be hugging the tree and I'll be like, "No, I'm stuck. What did I do to myself? I can't."
Yeah. No, the energy coming from trees is just so grounding. And I know,
Yeah.
like, I'm getting into like woo woo territory here, but I love woo woo. And honestly, nature is supposed to ground us, and it does. So I always say, go hug a tree, go touch grass, get off social media. It sucks the
Yes.
life right out of you.
It really honestly, yeah. It's, I have, like, a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I'll find myself just, like, if I'm bored, I just open TikTok and I start to scroll and then I'm like, "What am I doing? I don't even wanna watch I'm just scrolling. I don't wanna watch any of this.
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid." But, yeah, I mean, it's all about hopefully in the new year, we'll learn more balance of everything.
Let's hope. Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's hope.
I guess we'll
So,
see.
yeah, we will see. And I would definitely have you back on next summer, season 2, if your prediction comes true.
Maybe we'll stick to a subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this
Oops.
was
Sorry, guys.
fun. I like just doing
No, this is fun.
random conversations and, covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, me
It was
too,
really
because
cool.
sometimes, like, I feel so much pressure when I stick to a topic as well,
Yeah.
and, I clearly felt no pressure today, so thank you.
That's good. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for coming on. So you have the Healing Bitch podcast. And where
Yes.
else can we find you?
Yeah. So if you're interested in the Healing Bitch podcast, I'm on all podcast platforms, including YouTube. I have an Instagram at the Healing Bitch podcast. I also have for my personal business for readings and Reiki and mentorship. I have at Healing Guidance Jackie. That's on Instagram. And my website is healingandguidancebyjackie.com.
Okay. And I will put all of those in the show notes so people know where to find you if they want to work with you, which I think you should. Go work with
Thank
Jackie.
you. Yeah, why not? You can talk
Yeah.
about 15 subjects with me while I give you a reading.
And you know what? Something actually may come out of it. You never know. Like,
No,
you
you
could,
never
you could
know.
get a message.
I am pretty accurate,
Okay.
which is that's what people tell me, which is kinda crazy because free will, but
Right.
you never
Yeah.
it happens.
So, on that note, thanks for hanging out with us on Fine, I'll Talk About It. If today's episode got you thinking, hit follow or subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you want more real talk, more perspective shifts, and more finally, someone said it moments, leave a quick review. It helps other people find the show. You can connect with me on Instagram at Inspired Action Wellness or my website, inspiredactionwellness.com, for more conversations like this. And we will see you in the next episode.